Welcome to Welchwear Beauty Show. I'm Gil Welch, and it is a pleasure, as always, to have you join me right here in the corner. And this evening, we have a beautiful young lady. We're going to be talking some style, we are going to have some fun, and we are going to inspire you. I am sure of that. But you know what? We're going to do it a little different. We're going to allow her to introduce herself.
I am Shauna Rowena Morgan, style consultant and founder of Shauna Rowena M Style Consultancy. And I help professional creatives, personal brands, professionals, influencers, and bosses to command their spaces in confident style. Signature and confident style can just be a call away. So seal the deal. Don't delay. I want to see you on the side of big impact style.
So yes, I know it's a little unconventional, but that's all right. We like to change up things here in the corner. So a beautiful young lady, and welcome Shauna Rowena Morgan. I just love how you put your full name out there, just bold and sassy, and I was like, this is it. Welcome to Welchwear Beauty Corner.
Thank you so much, Neil. I am so excited to be here today.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to our chit chat, as always.
As always. Well, you have just evolved. I've seen the evolution, and I'm telling you, it is beautiful from where I am sitting.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about it?
Good. I think change is inevitable. You have to change if you're alive. That's just a part of living. So, being able to evolve in a way that's for the better. It's just an amazing thing to be able to do that. And so I think I'm blessed and fortunate to be able to do it that way, to evolve for the better. So I feel great. I would not trade where I am right now in this moment for anything in the world, because everything has, come together for me to be who I am in this moment. And so that's a beautiful thing, to be able to embrace that and to live that. So yeah, I feel amazing. I feel great. I'm enjoying this evolution.
Fashion consultant, beauty consultant, sometimes we put them all together. Image consultant, we're like, oh, they're all one. Fashion, beauty, image, all in one basket. Is that you?
I think, they all deal with the same thing in terms of outward visual articulation or expression. But I think, within anything else, you can have people who are specialists, and so you can have specialists in beauty, specialists in fashion, specialists in style, and then you can have craftsmen that are the masters that can master more than one. In this case, I was fortunate to be able to master both fashion and style, and beauty is a part of that. I wouldn't say I'm a specialist in beauty. I would park that one aside. But so it's all visual expression, and you need a particular type of skill to be able to do all of them. So I would say we're in the industry together, for sure. But hats off to all the specialists out there. You guys are amazing. Amazing.
How did you bring your love for fashion and style together and actually see them develop?
Oh, wow. That's a long story. How much time we have on this one? I'll be honest with you. From the time I could remember, I was always under the impression I had to pick one. Pick one in terms of fashion or style. I had to pick one, or design even, because that's a designation by itself as well. And I love design. I was always told I had to pick one, but I never could. And I was always told to start with one, and I'm like, which one? It's not like there's I love design more than I love fashion, or I love fashion more than I love style. How do eeny meeny
Mm.
miny mo? Like, how do I
Mm.
pick one? Like, which one do I start with? And so I'm not gonna lie, it took a number of years to try to figure out or to see.
Mhm.
I had to trust that I am who I am authentically. And so there's a reason for that. And so instead of seeing it as something that's wrong with me and not being able to make up my mind, look at the possibility and accept that maybe this is a pathway that's unique for me that I can travel on and traverse on. So in essence, it was more looking into me.
Mhm.
And that's what blended the two together um, uniquely for me. Um, and they kind of, before they were at odds at each other, because fashion is about individual standout expression, whereas styling is more about making it accessible to everybody. The two don't usually talk the same way, right? But as I look into myself and really accepted me as Shauna, as put together the way I am put together, and accepting that, the conversation kind of evolved on its own where they married together quite seamlessly for me. I don't know if it will marry the same way for anybody else, but it certainly marries very well for me because at the heart of all of it is being able to express yourself the way that's innately you. And that's fashion and that's style. They're just different ways to go about it.
Mhm.
But yeah.
It's interesting that you have reached this stage, and I'm listening to you very carefully as you talk about what is authentically you.
Yeah.
It takes some people a lifetime to sit exactly where you are
Where I
in
am.
terms of being comfortable with themselves and saying,
Right.
this is what I'm going to do. And
Yeah.
I might have been quirky in the past,
Yeah.
but you know what? My quirkiness is my uniqueness, and I'm willing to share that
Absolutely.
with the world.
Yeah. That's what it's about. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
We are both married to creatives,
Yep.
big time.
Big. Creatives.
Do you see what you do as an extension to your husband's photography, that his Morgan Photography has taken the island by storm, and I believe not just Barbados, but
Yeah.
regionally and even internationally?
Yeah.
Are you an extension to that, or do you sit separately, or do you complement each other? Hmm.
Okay. I love this question. Um, how do I answer it? Okay. So I would first start off by saying that, like a marriage, we just you come together. And that's just part of the of marriage, right? Blending our assets together, the things that are great.
Mhm.
But from very early, I mean, I don't know how to even explain this, but he compliments me, I compliment him. And so as it is with us, as people, as a couple, it's the same way in business. I
Mhm.
compliment his business, he compliments mine. Um, and I can't tell you what the division is. I would try to. It just works well that way.
Mhm.
Um, and I've grown to really love and appreciate his voice
Mhm.
um, in the creative field, but also in my life, but also in my business. He absolutely has that floor that he can speak into it, and he is a part of it. I would not be the person I am today without him being my partner in life to the extent that I am. So I would say we complement each other. He's an extension of me. I'm an extension of him, and likewise our businesses Um, yeah, I actually inspired his fashion photography side, and he inspires my just being able to take it all in different ways of communicating it and looking at the picture differently and being able to reframe. So I learn from him, he learns from me, and we put it all together and we just do what we do. We do it.
Where do you find the confidence to tell someone, not that one? No.
Ah!
I think you would have to really be confident in
Mhm,
yourself and in your
mhm,
gifting to be
mhm.
able to share it from that space. So tell us how you got there.
Wow, it took my life. My whole life has prepped me for this. I would tell you that from very early teenager, well, I would tell you that I got introduced to fashion and style very early. 6 or 7, I was already very opinionated about what I wanted to wear and how I wanted to wear it. You can ask my mom; she would say yes. Very opinionated. And then I got introduced to fashion through TV, The World of Style with Elsa Clench. She was my introduction into fashion, and I got the bug, and I never looked back since. So being that young and being in it so early and being able to craft my skill from early, that gives confidence. And then being able to master fields of expertise, whether it is design, fashion styling, or image consultancy, that again boosts confidence. But the one thing that I would say that centers me in terms of being able to influence people is that I genuinely am for people, and I genuinely want every person to be able to visually articulate who they are to the world, because the world is better for it and they're better for it. So it comes from a heart that I really am for them. And so that love for people and being able to pull and draw from knowledge and skills, all of that helps to eloquently communicate to people, and giving me the confidence to do so, but also giving people the safety net to receive it. And I think that safety net is there because they trust that I am for them. I would hope that that's the case. And so that conversation, it has to be a conversation two ways, not me to them, but a conversation back and forth can happen authentically, fluidly, and
Mhm.
honestly, so that we are both the better for it, and then they can walk away with an amazing tool and skill and ability at their hands and disposal, and command life and their spaces with confidence. So yeah.
What would a consultancy look like?
As in an actual consult
Yes,
with a client.
yes, yes. So what would the bones of that consultancy entail? I'm
Sure.
coming to
Okay.
you and I need your advice. I have my own opinion. It might
Yes.
not be the best for where I'm going, but what would that consultancy look like?
You look like. First, I have to get to know you. Um, that's the hard part. I have to get to know you as much about you as I can in a very short space of time. It's not like we had a lifetime of friendship for me
Mhm.
to be able to speak at a particular level with you. So one of the tools that I do use first is a questionnaire that's really geared specifically to getting certain bones out, information out about the
Mhm.
person, totality, the total person, not just their image and style, but also their lifestyle, where they want to go, who they want to be, what they want to say, where are you right now, and their pain points and all of that. So really, the first step is me getting to know you, they getting to know me. That's the introduction, and then from there, within the actual session, and we start to converse. It's a case of observing you, um, Okay, so me observing, which can feel a little intimidating, but we've already established a conversation already, so it doesn't feel that way. I'm observing through the answers and the questions, but also as we talk and communicate. There, it's a visual expression, so there are a lot of visual cues being communicated back and forth. So you note them, you mark them. So you take in all of that information, you make all the observations, and then you take some fact finding from the person, depending on the consultation that you're doing. And then from there is the assessment. I apply the general knowledge. I have to take that general knowledge and bend it to you.
Okay.
And so then make my recommendations based on everything I would have known or learned, or right, everything I would have known generally, and make it specific to you sitting in front of me in this moment in time, um, on the spot, live. That's a lot of pressure, and to nail it, that's pressure. But yes, it's the two-way conversation. The more relaxed we are in the conversation, the more honest and authentic it is, the more authentic the results can be at the end. And so then it is just make my recommendations based on the conversation, based on your goals, where you want to go, and what you want to get out of it. And once we've nailed that, you have at your hands the resources to be able to walk that out from day one. But I would say style is an evolution. It will always be a journey, just like you are always evolving. Your style always should, if it's really based in who you are, your style will also evolve as you evolve. So you don't have to get it right on day one, but as you learn more, as you practice more, as you live it more, as you embody it more, you grow in your style. And that's exactly what you want. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. Um, I can see how it can really help someone who is troubled or have challenges
Mm-hmm.
loving them. How,
Mm-hmm.
based on what you would have described just now in that consultancy, how you start
Yeah.
to mold that person, and really allow that person to see themselves. Because
Yeah.
oftentimes people look in the mirror, but they are afraid of who they are looking at.
Yeah. That's right. That's very, very right. I mean, I liken it to like this. I like, for me, the perspective is I see myself in the mirror, but I never see myself in the real world. So people see me in the real world. People experience me live and direct. But when I look in the mirror, it's literally a reflection of who I am, but in an isolated environment. So I don't even really get to see what my smile looks like when I'm really laughing at a joke that a friend told me. You know what I mean? I don't know what my face looks like unless I'm on camera and staring at it right now because I've never seen it before. Um, but so a person, a stylist or specialist, any kind of specialist that come alongside you on a journey, they're seeing you different to how you're seeing you. And they're experiencing the real you. They're experiencing the you that everybody else experiences. And so they're able to reflect back to you, um, you, and tell you what they're seeing, and express to you who you are and what they see in a very authentic, real way. And so that's empowering in and of itself, because oftentimes people don't hear enough how beautiful they are, or hear enough what they have going for them, or nobody's ever told them that you're special, or nobody ever told them that you're worthy, you're worth you're worth much. And so it's not something that you take for granted every opportunity I get. We're, as individuals, I more see what I don't have rather than see what I do have. And so that's my job, to flip that script, is to more embrace we carry stuff, but we are packing the good stuff. I mean, we are amazing men and women out there. There's nobody in the world like you. Your originality, your uniqueness is your high profile asset. It's irreplaceable. And so I love that style affords me that conversation with people and just being able to, if nothing else, inject some positivity back to them and just laud and express to them the beauty that I see genuinely when I look at them, what they have to offer. And that's just from me observing you in a very real, authentic, safe space, and saying exactly that to you. And once you own who you are, then the confidence will always be there supporting you.
Summertime. So,
Summer time is here.
what are the trends for this summer?
Ooh, I don't think you have enough time. But I would I would say the big trend, one of the big trends are one of the big trends, color, 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 color. That's a big trend. The colors are nice. I love the summer colors this year. They're amazing. And so like right now I'm going on this journey on my Instagram
I
page.
noticed.
I'm just
I noticed. It's
introducing
looking
the summer
great, by the way.
and I did not create the colors. Pantone does that. I am just sharing the goodness with you guys. The colors are amazing this year, and I'm not a summer baby. I am going to be honest, but I think coming out of all of this 17 months of, well, I am excited about summer and just being in these colors. The colors are really amazing, and they are so flattering for tones, for a wide range of tones. And so they're a great set of colors to just dive into. So if you want to know more about those colors, follow me. Every Wednesday I release another summer color, and they're fun. We're having fun over there. Talking color. Another big trend, you either like it or you don't like it, but the silhouette has changed for fashion. Before it was the skinny jeans, the fitted jackets, the sculpted shoulders. Now the silhouette's softer and more round. So you either gonna like it or you're not. I mean, because of the 17 months, we were forced into more relaxed kind of silhouettes, joggers and loungewear. Loungewear took off during the whole COVID season. And so that's transitioned into a change of the silhouette, which is more rounded and soft and relaxed. So you're seeing big shoulders, big sleeves. You're seeing still the elasticized waist, unfortunately, because relaxed fit, easy fits are still in. You're seeing loose fits. So if you love that easy fit style, this trend is for you. Definitely. What other trends can I talk about? Oh, yes, eyewear. Oversized eyewear, they're hot right now. You can get them in color, you can get them in ghost, whether it is real legit glasses like these or oversized ghost shades like these.
Wow.
Oversized eyewear. Or in the eyes have it this year, for sure. And also to that, which would be really great for you beauty wise, I focus on the eyes or just it's just in right now. So a lot of graphic eyeliner work on eyes, lots of metallic colors. We're just putting the focus on the eyes this season. So that is
We
fun.
have to. We have to. Everything else is covered.
That is true. That is so true.
Heels or flats?
Well, in my, I would have to say both. They're not going anywhere. The heels are slamming, the flats are slamming. Flats are hip still, sneakers, softwares. That's a summer, that will always be a summer trend that rotates around. But it goes, you're seeing people wearing suits with sneaks. You're seeing that look a lot. So sneaks are definitely in for summer. I am not giving up my heels for no season, so I will still be that chick in full heels because that's just, heels are for me. But I do own sneaks. I have, grabbed a pair of those cute little sneakers around, and I will definitely be wearing them this summer. Another hot commodity is nail polish. And if you can get them in the summer color trends, that will be super great. This is mint. I don't know if you can see it so well. Mint,
Which is
mint
like a
green,
greeny shade.
a soft green,
Mhm.
and then you have like a, this is like a close variety to burnt orange type
Mm.
thing here. And another summer color, and one I have not introduced yet is Inkwell, and this is like a blue black with a lacquer. So you can have fun. You don't have to buy a whole wardrobe to be summer trending. You can just do cute little things like paint your nails in summer color trends, rock some really colorful eyewear this year, and just have fun. Scarves are in. Like, the scarves, like, I don't want to say like my granny used to wear, but that you used to have your hair in a ponytail and you had the scarf around and you just let it drop. That is back. That is so back. So scarves are in. So lots of fun trends happening this year. And that's great because we are just ready to be out for summer, right?
Florals. I know you spoke about pastels, but we are seeing some
Florals all in.
florals coming in
Oh, yes.
those
Yes.
cute
Yes.
prints, and the
Yes.
colors are amazing.
Yes, and retro vintage is in, so you're seeing throwbacks to the 80s. So old flower prints are going to be big as well. So yes, florals are def, definitely in. I'm getting florals everywhere right now. So yes, florals are in.
What about the guys?
Guys, I always have to think. I'm so sorry, guys. It's so natural. I mean, it's the same in terms of. I mean, the prints are going to be different for the gents. The soft silhouettes are still in for gents as well as for women. The casualness of it is still very much on for men as it is for women. I would say with the more rounded silhouette or the more easy fits, they are really, the guys are definitely doing the sandals, the leather sandals, the sneakers. They're still doing the shorts in bold colors. Like they might even flex it with the florals. But for all the big bold 80s prints that are out there right now, they are in florals and for the shorts as well. As at the oversized eyewear, that's for men and that's for women. They and so yeah, the guys can have fun there as well. Um, and color is the same for men as well in terms of colors that are trending, that guys can rock as well. They probably will pass on the coral shades. But the colors are softer. So you have the mint, the soft blues, you have your ultimate gray, that is the color of the year. That guys will totally rock and look great in as well. But for guys, it's more that easy fit right now because the silhouette has changed for fashion. So you're seeing the loose printed shirts along with, I think twin sets are in for guys right now in terms of matching shirts and shorts in that loose, easy fitting style.
Shauna Rowena Morgan. Thank you so much. for your knowledge and your time with us. We are going to be sharing some of her looks and some of her pics from her Instagram so that you get a feel for her. She loves color. She
I love
loves
color.
bold color, but yet
I love
she
color.
but yet she also masters the classics, the blacks, the whites,
That's right.
the jeans, the denims.
That's right.
It
It's
is
true.
amazing. So
It's
we
true.
are going to have a little bit of her on the show so that, yes, you've heard her talk about it, but you're going to see some visuals. After all, fashion is all about the visual expression.
Yes,
Thank you so much. We are going to come right back in our closing segment, Beauty of Spirit, Beauty of Mind, Beauty of Soul. With, yeah, you guessed it, Shauna.
So, in closing or wrapping up, my inspirational parting thought would be that the most beautiful you can ever be is to be authentically you. And to be authentically you, you have to be authentically you from mind, body, and at your soul as well. And when you're able to connect the essence of who you are on the outside, that is the beauty unfolding at its best. I mean, and uniquely so. So I would say, accept who you are, love on yourself, and then just exude that and share it with the world, because you are amazing and worthy of that, of us experiencing who you are and seeing the beauty that you have on the inside of you out.
Thank you so much, Shauna. And that's it
You're
for
welcome.
another edition of Welchwear Beauty Corner, the show. Until next month, bye-bye, and continue to be authentically you.